وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
My name is Abdullahi Rodriguez,
My name is Naseem Kabir.
a person who has embraced Islam in 1971 in New York City.
I have been in the U.S. for about 23 years, and this is pretty much home now.
Nursing, but I have to take biology.
I work for a biotech company called Genzyme in the greater Boston area in Cambridge, and I'm a senior director for regulatory affairs and international.
I'm from Somalia. My whole family is Muslim, and usually Somalians, they are 100% Muslims.
I was in my room in New York City, listening to WLIB Jazz, a jazz music station, from a community that was called Herkimer Masjid in New York City, in Brooklyn. They came to give a presentation of Islam at their level of perception on the radio. And I listened and I said, let me see what these guys are all about. They mentioned the whole idea that Islam's basic tenet is that Allah, or God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the universal creator of the heavens and the earth, is one and singular. And he was the God of everybody. It made sense.
I was born Muslim to Muslim parents, very, very practicing family in India.
Islam fits a big part of my life.
Because I feel that whatever I do, making our medicines available for patients is an act of worship in itself. As long as I make the intention every morning that, I'm doing this not only to make the money to live and all of that, but also to help people and to serve Allah by doing it.
Sometimes some professors. I had this professor, it was during Ramadan, so usually I used to go to school nighttime. I used to take evening classes and time to break the fast. So I used to ask him that, oh, okay, I have to go break my fast, I'll be back in 30 minutes. This and that, he'd be like, okay, fine. First time he was fine with it. Then when I started doing it, a week then, he started giving tests and he knows I have to break my fast. He does it on purpose.
I've had eggs thrown at me while I'm driving.
And then I had a problem with work. I used to work at Mass General. So I had this boss. Before I had a different boss. She was very nice. Then they switched her to a different department. So this boss, he asked me, he was like, oh, you're breaking the rules of dress code. You have to dress professional. I was like, okay, what am I wearing is not professional for you? Then he's like, it is, but the headgear has to be removed because, and I was like, why? This is my religion. Then he was like, I know, but he asked me, do you want a raise? I'll give you a raise if you remove it. That's the sad part.
You forgive them because they, I believe it is because of ignorance that they behave like that. So you forgive them and move on. You can't hold yourself back because of how other people perceive you.
I'm fine because, it's a good sign. Maybe Allah did not want me to work in that place. It was bad for me, so I was like, I took it to the positive way instead of negative,
But I think because we're covered, we're so visible and we're out there.
One hadith where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, he mentioned that seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. He also mentioned that there are two types of knowledge, the knowledge of the spirituality and the knowledge of the earthly relationships, and that he who had a balance of them would be a balanced person. He mentioned, and Quran mentions, that those who know and those who do not know are not the same. There's so many things. Oh,